All right, common names. There's a lot of different names for a lot of insects, like the ladybird beetle is ladybug and stuff. It's not really a bug, it's a beetle. And so there's some other ones too. Next slide. These are the rules for common names with insects. Okay, so everybody take a look at that. The example I like to use is the honeybee or the bumblebee. If it's a true bee, then the name has to be split up. Honey bee or bumblebee. Okay? Otherwise, no matter where you see it, if it's written as one word, it's incorrect. And I think there's some dictionaries out there that do that. Next slide. Aha, test time. Do we have one for this? Okay, now, here's a list of common names. Tell me which ones should be 2 words. And you can do this on your iPads. All right. Everybody get a chance to respond? Are you happy with your answers? Okay, next slide, please. Those are the ones. Now, I noticed a lot of people put whitefly. Whitefly is not a true fly. Okay? That's why not. How do you tell flies from all other insects? Anybody know? Most insects have 4 wings. Flies only have 2. Diptera, 2 wings. Okay? Next, running out of time, so I got to move along here. Next slide. I want to talk a little bit about eusociality. Eu meaning true socialism in the terms of insect lives. We've got termites, ants, and bees and wasps and so forth. And all termites are eusocial, and so are ants and wasps and bees. Some are and some aren't. Next slide. Next slide. Termites are all eusocial. Next slide. And here you see they have a caste system. It's a division of labor. Different individuals have different jobs to do for the nest. And in doing so, they tend to, like the males and females that are involved in reproductivity, soldier protecting the nest, and then, of course, workers chew up all the wood and create damage. Next slide. On the left there, this is a termite mound that's found in Australia. And as you can see, they can be pretty productive. And then also, if you look over here at this piece of pine, this is the damage that a termite can do to a board, and that's a pine board. Next slide. All right, last question. This one you don't have to do on your iPads. But how can you tell the difference between a termite and an ant? Does anybody know? Okay, show of hands. Do you have an answer? Good guess. The wings? Which is it? So who's right? You're right. Okay, how many say A is a termite? How many say B is the termite? Okay, next slide, please. Here's how you tell. In the termite, the 2 wings are the same length. They look almost identical. But in the ant, you have 1 large wing and you have 1 shorter wing. Okay? Next slide. So, if you said A is the termite, you were correct. If you said B was the ant, you're correct there too. You didn't really think you were going to get out of school and not have to do any homework, did you? Huh? No way. All right, now, I've got 2 homework assignments for you. And these 2 homework assignments you can upload onto the Teen Read site. Okay, so you don't have to do it. That's why it's called homework. If you do it today, and you can upload it, but if you don't, and so forth, I would appreciate hearing from you. So please don't be shy, and all appropriate responses will be accepted. Okay, next slide. Here's the first one. For all you math whizzes out there, it's a toughie. Now I have to tell you, I was doing research in an area. It was in the northern part of Nebraska where we had the 17-year and the 13-year cicadas all emerge at the same time. And it was by the thousands, these cicadas were there. And when they'd start doing that, you remember that sound? Okay? When they started going, it was deafening. And what we did was we collected a bunch of them and we did research on them and had a great time. That was an interesting publication because we did the research, we wrote that publication and submitted it in a week. I do have one that we did with silkworm moths where we did all the research and wrote the paper in a weekend. So those were some crazy times. All right, so this will be posted. My PowerPoint will be posted up on the website and so forth. So you can work out the math on that. And there is an answer. Okay, but the last time they emerged was in 1998. Okay, so the question is, when will they emerge simultaneously again? What year will it be? You don't have to worry about spring, fall. It's usually in the spring, but when will it happen again? All right, next slide. All right, writing assignment. All right, it's been said insects are so bizarre that they must have come from another planet. I could just see them riding in on a meteor and survive. Okay, so what I want you to do is to write an argumentative essay. And your essay can either be for or against this idea of insects could possibly exist somewhere else in the universe besides Earth. Okay? And there's some formatting criteria. 2 pages max. Okay? 12-point font. Although if you do an 11-point font, I won't hold it against you. And 1-inch margins all around. Okay? And you can submit your essays to Teen Read, and then that way everybody can kind of see them. All right? So there will be that part of it too. Any questions on the 2 assignments? All right, somebody should say, can we work as a group? Can we work in groups of 2? Let's say you can work in groups of 2 or by yourself. Either way, okay? If you work in groups of 2, it's got to have both names on it. If you work by yourself, 1 name is fine. Deal? Can you do this homework? Are you ready to do this homework? We're getting better at that. This group over here, I like you. You're working all right. Okay, next one. All right, that's it. Thank you. You've been a great audience. I hope you learned something today. And next time you're out and about and so forth, don't step on that insect. Admire its beauty and be mindful of living things. Okay? I got one more assignment for you. Study hard and get good grades. Okay? Help your mom. Thanks, everybody.